Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Vinyl Mini Mode. This episode will go in a different direction as we discuss top 5 controversial DJs and producers, part 1. Please like and subscribe to Vinyl Mode for more videos exploring facts about the world of electronic music, DJs, and producers. Penwalls is a tech house DJ from Lithuania. He was steadily making a name for himself, but a single Facebook rant might have solidified his spot on the shit list. In 2015, Penwalls felt compelled to take to Facebook to give his sentiments on the gay community, relating homosexuality to pedophilia. He goes on to describe homosexuals as, quote, people of a different breed who need to be fixed, unquote. The Facebook post was later replaced by Penwalls himself with an apology. By then, the damage had already been done, with many of his upcoming tour dates being cancelled, which included a number of big-name festivals. He was later dropped by his agency and subsequently ripped a new one by other industry professionals, which included many well-known DJs and producers. Have you ever been working a long shift at a store, bar, or restaurant? It's almost closing time and people are still lingering about. They just don't seem to care that it's time to go, so you try a few things to get them to peacefully leave the establishment. Maybe by making a few polite announcements that you'll be closing in 5 minutes. Nightclub DJ David Osahan was in the same scenario, except his announcements meant to coax people out of the venue led to the deaths of 2 innocent women. In 2011, David Osahan was DJing at Lava and Ignite Nightclub, a venue which consisted of 2 clubs in one. It was near closing time, and in an effort to get people to leave the venue, Osahan made an announcement warning that the coach or bus drivers would be leaving without them if they did not hurry to catch it. The crowd took Osahan's warning seriously, which led to a wave of people making a hasty move toward the same exit in order to catch the last buses home. It is said that there were around 1,500 people in attendance throughout the night, and the remaining guests piled onto one another attempting to leave the venue. Things escalated quickly as many people were pushed and knocked to the ground, stepped on, and left to either fight for themselves or hope that someone in passing would help them up. Osahan later admitted that his announcements were in fact false, that he and the other DJs were tired and wanted to go home, and that he was pressured by promoters to find a way to get the crowd to leave. As a result, 28 clubgoers were injured, and sadly, 2 women would not make it out alive. One of the women died in the hospital later that night, while the other died 3 weeks later. The nightclub closed permanently because of this incident. No one at the scene was faced with criminal charges. Hunter Moore, self-proclaimed professional life ruiner and coined by the public as the most hated man on the internet, rose to infamy upon creating revenge porn website IsAnyoneUp.com that launched in 2010. The website featured nudes of women and men, allegedly submitted by scorned exes. The victims' social media profiles were posted along with their nudes. Moore was eventually arrested in 2014, not because of the website itself, but because of how the nudes were obtained. Moore was accused of paying an accomplice to hack into personal computers to retrieve these images for content for his site. For this, he was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison. Once he's released, he will have to pay a $2,000 fine, as well as log and report his computer usage activity. Before his arrest, he was booked for shows in various venues across the U.S. His infamy garnered interest amongst partygoers, especially the ladies. His SoundCloud retains a following of 31,000 people. Former nightclub DJ Richard Baker was known for his handsome exterior and charismatic personality. He was able to attract any woman he pleased just with his looks alone. What would possess a man with looks and charm to spare to drug, stalk, and rape countless women? Baker had a history of rape, already having been jailed twice for rape before he reached his mid-20s. In 1997, he moved to Spain to work as a resort DJ. He lived and worked in Torremolinos. Baker found that this was the perfect place to prey, luring unsuspecting women to his apartment where he would drug and rape them. Many of his victims woke up the next day, dazed, naked, and bruised, only left to put two and two together as to what occurred the night prior. Some of these women began to speak to authorities about Baker and their unfortunate encounters with him. He would bounce back and forth between Spain and Britain, making it difficult for authorities to track him. During this time, he would continue his rampage of drugging and the sexual assault of unsuspecting women. His stream of attacks lasted for about 8 months. For this, he was coined as one of Britain's worst sex offenders. In 1999, he was given 4 life sentences for his crimes, which included sexual assault of more than 100 women. In court, he confessed as to the reason why he committed such terrible crimes, stating, "I just wanted to see their reaction, wanted to be in control, wanted to make sure they didn't resist me and put up a fight or struggle." As if it couldn't get any worse, while serving time for his crimes, authorities discovered a tablet in Baker's cell which contained hundreds of stored images of children as young as 4 years old being raped. Baker kept the tablet hidden in a modified picture frame in his cell. Although he is already serving 4 life sentences, an extra 6 years was added on in 2016 for child pornography possession. Englishman Jimmy Savile is considered to be the first superstar DJ. He is also considered to be the first man to throw a DJ dance party, with Savile throwing his first event at 17 back in 1943. He enjoyed the high he got when performing in front of an audience, claiming he enjoyed being able to affect people's movements based on what music he played. He was both odd in personality and in appearance. People around him just wrote off his weirdness and attributed his charm with his eccentricities. He was able to win over the hearts of millions with his celebrity status, with his work in the music and entertainment industries, and his philanthropic contributions. Savile was loved and adored so much that he was even knighted. Unbeknownst to many, his supposed creepy yet harmless disposition ran a lot deeper than what met the eye. He was an active abuser, rapist, and pedophile, an alleged necrophiliac, believed to have abused more than 450 men, women, and children. It was at one point alleged that he had a vasectomy to freely rape women without fear of impregnating them. During his philanthropic work with Stoke Mandeville Hospital, in which he raised funds and volunteered as a hospital porter for, the staff granted him full access to the facility, even housing him in one of the rooms. Stoke Mandeville Hospital became his home away from home and an opportunity for easy access to Savile's victims. He abused both the disabled patients and the staff members between 1968 through 1992. By now, people were becoming aware of Savile's atrocious crimes, but his social and celebrity status prompted most people who were privy to turn a blind eye to the situation. It wasn't until after Savile's death at the age of 84 when accusations arose from his victims of the crimes he had committed over the course of 5 decades. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Vinyl Mini Mode. I am doing a 2-part series on this, as researching for this was very heavy and I had to break it up in 2 parts to give myself a breather. But be sure to catch me for part 2 of the top 5 most controversial DJs. See you next time!